and welcome back. My name is Lisa Dixon. I'm the founder of theWHOLEcourse. If you're surprised with my accent, I'm German, living in the UK, and I want to show you a little bit more about wholehearted living. I do believe to live from our whole heart, we need to know what is going on inside of our heart. And to do that, we have to look in our emotions, into our thoughts, into our belief system, and a lot more. One thing I want to show you today is about our heart and brain connection. So usually, I shared this in my other video, we do have our heart and somehow our heart got wounded. So there is a wound, there is a pain. We try with our heart to somehow tell ourselves that we love ourselves, but in a way, our heart is still replying, I hate you. Because there is a part of our wound, of our heart, that is frozen because we have shut it down. We haven't allowed that there is pain, that there is sadness, that we needed to cry, that we needed compassion, we needed comfort, and we didn't give our heart that attention. If we go for years to block and numb those feelings and go over and step over our heart, it will eventually show up in some way. For me, that was through an eating disorder. So I have shuffled down a lot of pain, a lot of a wound that was actually caused by a beauty image and a bad thought about beauty. And this has caused me to create a layer of shame on top of that wound. I've put a layer of shame. What shame does, it brings hiding and isolation. So if we shame ourselves for the wound that we're having, or if we shame ourselves that we even have that thought or that bad behavior, we will never come out of that bad behavior. So in my example, I was shaming myself for overeating, I was shaming myself for binging, and I thought I'm just like this person who isn't self-controlled enough, who just doesn't have it together, who just doesn't know how to get out of it. But with the shame, there also came the isolation of you can't tell anybody you have this struggle, you shouldn't be having this struggle, no one else is having this struggle yet like you have, and it really didn't help me to find healing. The starting point to find healing was reaching out, breaking the shame, bringing it into the light and telling someone. So it started with breaking the isolation. And still we can, as I said, for me the next numbing thing, because the pain was still there, I didn't look at the pain right away. It came to a behavior. I'm going to decide. Or for me it was an addiction to food and to work. So all those are numbing elements. And the thing is, we can do that for a while. We can still push our heart down, we can still push our emotions down, but it won't help us. Eventually, this will come out and the numbing will stop. We won't be able to numb because we probably need more food to numb all of the pain, or we need more whatever. I will show you my cycle in another video. But what I wanted to show you today is, if usually we start with behavior change or addiction, trying to do that with our brain, which is with our thinking, our thought life. And we try to train our brain, for example, through declarations, through meditation, or whatever tool you use, to say, hey, I actually love you. And be loving, be kind to yourself. The thing is, if our heart isn't healed, our heart is still in rebellion to that thought, because there is still this wound, and it doesn't help to just say, I love you. Our heart doesn't believe us because there has been so much self-hatred cultivated with actually numbing that and not accepting and allowing our heart to speak, that our heart is kind of in that state of, hey, you've neglected me for so long and pushed me down, I'm not willing to listen to you, brain. And this heart and brain connection is what we want to restore with the whole course. So we look into two different parts. We look, first of all, what is our wound? What is the thing that we are numbing? What is the pain? And then we bring compassion and love to that area. At the same time, we look how we treated our hearts, how we can love ourselves more. But we can only do that if we understand how we think about ourselves. So we also look into our brain, we look into what are we thinking, what are our belief systems, and how can we change that. It is proven, and I love the work of Brené Brown and Dr. Karen Leaf, and she, for example, has proven that with neuroplasticity, that it takes up to 66 days to change a behavior. So we can change our thoughts, we can change actually how we think, our belief system, but it takes 66 days. It takes a while. It takes intention, it takes work, and but it is possible. So that's the good thing. We can change it, and I want to help you with the whole course to help you change what you think, change your heart, and just live overall more wholehearted and the best version you can be. If you want to join me and find out more, visit my website. It's www.ariseandshine.de.